Mega 104.3 Arizona's Old School with me, the Manic Hispanic. In the studio, we have, oh my goodness, it is Regi Rodgers.
And you got it right.
Yes.
Regi Rodgers it is.
Now, you are here because this sounds really cool. I was kind of reading up on you a little bit, and you have a really cool show that you're going to be doing, WonMan Woman Tour.
You got that right, too. WonMan Woman. Yes, the WonMan Woman Tour, we're bringing it to Arizona at the end of this month, August 30th. We're going to actually be at the Mesa Arts Center. So we're looking forward to it. It's going to be an amazing time.
Yeah, that's a beautiful place. I mean, to see any kind of a show, you know, whatever the shows are, it's so intimate. You're up close. It's beautiful. The acoustics are nice. So you're going to have a lot of fun there.
Well, I think the key word that you said is intimate. The venues that we try to pick venues that we consider to be intimate because the show is a ladies only show.
Oh, okay.
So that's why it's called One Man Woman. I'm the only man in the whole place, and we want to keep it intimate for the ladies.
Right.
So, we have a 3-part formula where we take the ladies into their crying, they're laughing, but ultimately we want them to be empowered.
Okay. So that leads up to my next question. So would you consider yourself more of a motivational speaker or?
Well, the title that I'm known by across the country is a renowned singles empowerment coach.
Okay.
So I consider myself a singles empowerment coach. Now, when I say singles empowerment coach, my objective is to literally teach singles or empower singles what it means to become the one so that they attract the right one. So giving them the accoutrements or getting them to a place of understanding the dynamics of dating.
Right.
Because people just plunge in without understanding that there's stages and steps to dating. Right. So my job is to give them real talk about real relationships so they get to an understanding from a conscious male's perspective. Because women always wants to know what's going on in the man's heart, what's going on in the man's mind.
Right.
So now I am that voice so that they get this understanding so that we don't have to waste a lot of time. Time is our biggest commodity. Once time is waste, we can't get it back.
I know. I mean that's my big thing for me. I always have so many things going on, and because I'm a single man.
Okay.
All right. I'm in my 50s.
Okay.
And
I give you my card.
Okay. But let me tell you one of the things I hear all the time when I'm out there talking to ladies and, trying to start something up. They always tell me the same thing. And it's usually women that are around my age, in the 50s. And they always say, you know what? The whole getting to meet somebody, the beginning of a relationship is awesome. Then the man changes.
Okay.
So I hear that all the time, and I'm just like, wow, man, I'm battling this thing,
Well, change is inevitable. It's not something that we can do. We can fight. It's something we have to face.
Right.
Because change is inevitable. It's going to happen to all of us. But I think what has to happen on the front end when you meet somebody, be your true self.
Right.
And let the person fall in love or like who you really are. Because a lot of times we give a presentation. And the thing is, we can't keep up with the presentation that we give off when we meet somebody on the front end. So just be comfortable in your own skin and be yourself. And I tell people all the time, the journey to love isn't really about finding the one. The journey to love is about becoming the one. So you become what you want, and what you want will come to you.
Oh, that's great. That is awesome. I like that. It's funny, though. Again, kind of going back to me. I'm going to turn this into me right now.
Okay, that's great. That's great. I'm not charging you for this one. I normally charge for this, but this one's free.
There you go. But it's crazy what I run into because they hear the Manic Hispanic on the radio, the fun guy. I'm always out there because I DJ. I DJ the parties, the weddings. I'm at the concerts. I'm on stage. I do a comedy show. So they see the fun guy. But when there's times when it's the real me, James Rivas, by myself. I like kind of being the mellow guy, and maybe sometimes that kind of they're like, wait a minute, that's not the fun guy that we're always seeing.
Because they see the image of who they think you are.
Yeah.
But when you find that special one, you'll show that special one who you really are. That special one doesn't have to go in thinking who she thinks you are, because you'll be vulnerable enough to share with her who you really are. The possibility is you may not have found the one that you would consider special enough to really embrace to show who you really are. So you're giving them the image of who they think you are.
Right.
But when the one comes, you'll be able to show that person the true you.
Right.
Because see, in the stages of dating, people don't get that their first stage of dating is just a meet and greet.
Right.
We're meeting, we're greeting, and we're meeting and greeting to decide or to decipher if it even warrants going into a date.
Right.
Because that's the second stage. But most people go into the second stage of they want to date and not even knowing if we should be on a date.
Right.
Understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's have a meet and greet, and we may need to do that 1 or 2 times.
Right.
Before we decide whether or not if it even warrants going into stage 2, which is this dating stage.
Right.
And now when we get into the dating stage, I would hope, this is what I teach, that in the meet and greet stage, you've asked all the pertinent questions so that you can decide, wow, do we have a connection or do we just have chemistry? Now, here's where it gets confusing.
Right.
Because most people build relationships off of chemistry. I don't. I don't teach building a relationship off of chemistry. Why? Because you can have chemistry with multiple people. Right. But the truth of the matter is, you're not going to be connected to everyone. Right. So now, at our age, at this stage where we are, we don't just want chemistry. Right. We need a connection.
Right.
So you need to walk away saying, you heard, how many times have you said, oh my God, we've got so much chemistry. Right. But you've said about a number of people. Yeah. But now how many times have you said, oh my God, we have such a connection.
Right. Right. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. And that's probably what my problem has been. I just haven't been able to connect with whoever, I'm talking to. But yeah, that's awesome. So these are the things that people at the show get to work, talk to you one-on-one?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm going to, I have a book that's out and the whole show really revolves around the book that I have. The book that I have out is called Love at First Spirit. Right. Love at First Spirit is sold in a tandem. It's sold in a book, but then it comes with a 21-day workbook as well. So once you finish the book, now plunge into this 21-day, I'm challenging you to take this 21-day challenge. Why did I do 21 days? Well, everybody knows it says it takes 21 days to break out of old behavioral patterns so that you can now go into new ones. Right. So it's a 21-day challenge. But in this 21-day challenge, we're stripping away all the layers. A lot of times people ask, why do I keep picking the same type of individual? Yeah. Well, I'm showing you just by getting you to go back to the very first person you picked. Why did you pick that person? Right. What came out of you when you picked it? So you got to go back and think about all those old emotions. So now we pull these layers back. Yeah. And so I just make the book come alive on stage. I go through the different phases and stages of what people are thinking, what people are wondering, especially it's coming from a conscious male's perspective. People say, well, how did you get into this? And why do you speak to women? I got into this because I myself went through a divorce. Uh-huh. I used to be heavily on the circuit. I was on the circuit that is called AIMS. The AIMS circuit stands for African American Male Empowerment Summit. I was on that circuit, and I was always a keynote speaker, and I had a book out back then that spoke directly to men. The book did really well. Mm-hmm. But I went through this divorce, and when I went through the divorce, it surprised me. I'd never seen it coming. Mm-hmm. Here I am, this public success, but the reality was I was a private failure because I couldn't keep my stuff together, right? Yeah. So when I went through my divorce, I asked myself 3 questions. What did I do wrong? What could I have done differently? And what won't I do moving forward? Right. But I journaled it. I started journaling it. Right. By the time I finished, I had a book. But I realized now I need to start studying and reading everything on the market about dating and relationships. Right. And you know what I found out?
What's that?
Women typically empower women. Women weren't getting it from a conscious male's perspective.
Interesting.
So here I come. Let's fill this void and let the women get it from a conscious male's perspective because the question they always ask is, how come you're not talking to me? Yeah. How come you don't tell me what's on your mind? Right. How come I can't figure out what's going on in your heart? Right. I'm going to tell you what really men are thinking about, what's going on in our mind and what's going on in our heart. Right. So that's what women get that night. It's going to be an amazing time. I got a funny comedian. She comes out. She does a comedic skit on dating and relationships. That's Lady AK. Very, very funny. Yeah. And then I have a songstress, Noelle Chido. She does a song. Her opening song is about a scorned woman. Uh-huh. But by the end of the evening, she comes back out. She does another song about a woman who's ready to jump on the bus and say, hey, I'm out of here. I don't have to take this. Right. So she went from being a scorned woman to being a woman who's celebrating herself, understanding she doesn't have to take it. Yeah. So we take them on ebbs and flows, highs and lows. And, they're laughing, they're crying. But more than anything else, they're electrified, they're entertained, but then they're empowered.
Nice. This is awesome. It sounds like such a too bad I can't go.
We'll sneak you. We'll sneak you in the back. Right. We'll sneak you if you want to come. We will sneak you in the back. So then we're gonna have to change the name to 2-Man Woman Show.
I like that. It is at the Mesa Arts Center. That's what is that? 1 East Mesa Street. It's a beautiful facility. And if people want to get tickets, they can go to WonManWoman.com.
Let's spell it for them because I don't want them to put O-N-E. One man is W-O-N, like you won. It's all about winning. So it's W-O-N-M-A-N. One Man Woman, WOMAN.com. So it's OneManWoman.com, WONMAN woman.com.
That is awesome. And it's going to go down August 30th. Right?
Yes, August 30th.
And it's only one show only.
One show.
Yeah.
One show only. And if need be, we'll sell this one out and we'll come back and we'll do it again, So we just wanted to test this market, fill the market out, but we'd love to come back and do it again. And I'd love to come back and be with you again.
Yeah, this would be awesome. I think this is so, I want to check out that book too, Love at First Spirit. I think that sounds awesome. And again, how long did it take you to put that together?
To put the book?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. My divorce, I separated 2010, divorced 2011, did the first show for One Man Woman 2016, and we've been doing it ever since. So from 2011 to about 2016.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you put a lot of work, a lot of research, all that.
Oh, absolutely. It's a lot of work. The Love at First Spirit is a great book. It's all about. You've heard of Love at First Sight. Uh-huh. You've heard of Lust at First Sight. I'm just teaching you a new concept called Love at First Spirit. Love at First Spirit is showing you how to see through somebody to get to somebody.
There you go. I like that. All right. So we got C. Regi Rodgers with us here in the studio, and thank you for stopping by. Where were you coming from?
We just arrived from Las Vegas.
From Vegas?
Las Vegas.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of people looking for love out there too.
Oh, you have no idea. you really don't know what you just said there. I'll come back. We'll talk about that.
Thank you for coming on in.
Thank you.
All right.